Hello, this is Michael Wesley for AvEdX.com, and today we're going to discuss flying our drone without a drone pilot certification or license. The FAA, or Federal Aviation Administration, at FAA.gov is the group that creates all rules and regulations for things that fly in the United States. Let's define what is a drone. Well, a drone is a model aircraft. What is a model aircraft? Well, the FAA defines it as an unmanned aircraft that is capable of sustained flight in the atmosphere, flown within visual line of sight of the person operating the aircraft, and flown for hobby or recreational purposes. There are three parts to the definition. Let's look at this. Unmanned, you can't sit in it and fly in it. Flown within visual line of sight, you must see the thing at all times, and flown for hobby or recreational purposes. That means it brings you enjoyment or pleasure legally, and it means that you're not being paid 1 cent or Bitcoin or anything for your work. Unlicensed or uncertified drone flying falls under Section 336 of the FAA Rules and Regulations. There are 5 parts to Section 336. In order to be compliant with Section 336, you must meet all 5 requirements. Number 1. The aircraft must be flown for hobby or recreation. Strictly, you may not receive compensation. Community is interesting. Community is the group that we work with. For private pilots, it's AOPA. I don't really know who that is currently for the drone industry. It's still in developing as we speak. But it's the group that creates the etiquette and rules and guidelines and memberships and all that good stuff. Your aircraft must be not more than 55 pounds for Section 336. If you want to fly something more than 55 pounds, there is an application process for that. Fourth, your aircraft must not be operated in a manner that does interfere with other manned aircraft. If you do something, you will be in the wrong. The 5th and final regulation has to do with advising the local tower. Let's look at the word advise. Advise, a synonym for that might be tell. You tell the local tower, and this is important. Without a license, you can call your local tower and tell them what you're going to do. Let's look at what it says here. When flown within 5 miles of an airport, the operator of the aircraft provides the airport operator and the airport air traffic control tower when an air traffic facility is located at the airport with prior notice of the operation. Model aircraft operators flying from a permanent location within 5 miles of an airport should establish a mutually agreed upon operating procedure with the airport operator and the airport air traffic control tower when an air traffic facility is located at the airport. Long story short, for example, I live about 2 miles from the Oakland airport, and I'm in Class B and C space for Oakland and San Francisco, SFO. And so I have a challenge for flying, and this is where that rule would come in handy, is when I want to fly or something, I could call and advise the tower, and they're going to tell me what they think. Okay, in summary, you do not need a license to fly a drone. If you do have a Part 107 certification, you can still fly. In order to be compliant with Part 336, you need to fly for hobby or recreation, follow the community rules, not more than 55 pounds for the entire drone with batteries and everything, give way to manned aircraft, and, if needed, advise the local tower, and they will advise you on what they think. Finally, where to find this information? Just Google or go to Bing and search for FAA space 336, and the information will come up immediately. It's small enough that you can print it out and just tape it inside your box. And thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, just post below, and please subscribe. Take care.